Healthy eating is not that hard, and I'm going to share 4 foods in this video to show you how easy it is to get the minerals, the fiber, the antioxidants, and the plant compounds that we are trying to buy in supplement form. This is part 3 of a 5-part series where I show you the traditional African foods that you should definitely add to your diet. I'm Kudzai Msengi. I'm not a doctor. I'm somebody who loves learning, and I've spent the last 10 years sharing what I learn about African foods to help other people live healthier lives. Let's get into it. Number 12 is pearl millet. Now this is my personal favorite. In 2023, the United States declared the International Year of Millet. And since then, there has been a huge surge in research into millet. A major review published in the Journal of Foods in May 2025 looked specifically at the nutritional profile and the health benefits of millet, and the findings are quite remarkable. But I must make a confession. Millet was never really something I ate growing up. I never ate it because I thought that African foods like millet were pretty backwards. Plus, we didn't really learn anything about the indigenous grains, except to say that they were drought resistant and they were grown by people in rural communities. So when I went to school, they definitely didn't feature on any educational food charts. So to me, healthy and aspirational foods came from somewhere else. And nobody wants to eat something that makes you feel like you're backward. So I avoided it. But my grandmother, bless her soul, always brought some with her when she came to visit. My parents would eat it, but not me. It took me growing up and moving to Australia and living amongst other non-African nationalities for me to realize that other cultures had held onto their foods and they were celebrated because of it. I share my story because a lot of us, I think, have similar experiences of thinking that our foods are something to move away from rather than something to be proud of. Millet is the perfect example of how unaware many of us are about our traditional foods. They protect us from so much. So let me explain. Millet is naturally gluten-free. This is important for people who are gluten intolerant and struggle with celiac disease. While celiac disease is less common amongst Black populations globally, Western-style wheat-based diets have become more common. Celiac disease and wheat sensitivities are now emerging as a health concern for people of African descent, and they are at a much higher risk of being undiagnosed or misdiagnosed. When you have undiagnosed celiac disease and you continue to eat wheat, your immune system continuously destroys the lining of your small intestine. This will progressively strip away your body's ability to absorb nutrients. This can lead to things like severe osteoporosis, type 1 diabetes, thyroid disease, or permanent nerve damage. Millet also has a low glycemic index, which means it releases energy slowly rather than spiking up your blood sugar. In 2025, scientists identified the specific molecular pathways through which millet supports your blood sugar, which include enhanced insulin sensitivity, the inhibition of the enzymes that break down glucose, and its effects on your metabolism. Millet is high in protein, dietary fiber, minerals, and polyphenols. This is what scientists say give millet the potential to help manage cardiovascular disease, diabetes, as well as support your gut health. Millet also provides iron, magnesium, B vitamins, all nutrients that help your body produce energy. Iron carries oxygen to your muscles and your organs. This is what helps you stay energized instead of feeling fatigued. Magnesium helps to convert the food that you eat into energy and supports healthy muscle and nerve function. Meanwhile, B vitamins help to unlock the energy stored in the carbohydrates, the fats, and the proteins, so your body can actually use them as fuel. Together, these nutrients help you to feel more energetic, focused, and just ready to take on the day. For women specifically, here are the ways in which pearl millet directly supports our wellness. Pearl millet is exceptionally high in iron, often containing up to 8 milligrams per 100 grams. This makes it highly effective for preventing fatigue and managing blood loss during menstruation. The high fiber and the complex carbohydrates in pearl millet help to reduce the visceral fat and control insulin resistance. This hormonal regulation is beneficial for women managing conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome. So if you're like me, who grew up thinking that millet was something to leave behind, I want you to know that this is one of the most researched and validated grains on the planet right now. We don't need to leave it behind. In fact, science is showing us that in order to move forward, we actually need to go back to eating it so we can have better health. Number 11 is the Bambara groundnut. This is often called a complete food because it contains the perfect ratio of protein, carbohydrates, and healthy fats. If you start eating Bambara groundnuts, you are literally handing your body the ancestral master key to a level of health that most people think is impossible without supplements. So what gives Bambara nuts this fantastic ability? Well, let's start with the really big one, your cardiovascular health. Bambara groundnuts are loaded with fiber and phytosterols. These work together to lower your bad cholesterol while simultaneously boosting your good cholesterol. They are also rich in potassium, copper, which help to keep your blood pressure stable. But they also contain riboflavin, which specifically prevents the clogging of your blood vessels. It's also packed with polyphenols that act as free radical scavengers. Think of them as the biological security team that hunts down oxidative stress before it can lead to heart disease. Bambara nuts are phenomenal in blood sugar and weight management. Because they have a low glycemic index, this prevents those rapid spikes in blood sugar and makes this a perfect staple for anybody managing diabetes. With their high protein and fiber content, Bambara groundnuts increase the feelings of satiety. That means you feel fuller and satisfied for much longer, and it makes it a great tool to have for weight management. But the advantages don't stop with your heart and your waistline. Bambara groundnuts support your entire body by giving you high quality protein. They contain 18 to 24% protein and provide essential amino acids similar to animal protein. This is what your body uses for muscle repair and to keep your metabolism running smoothly. They are incredibly high in iron, which strengthens your hemoglobin production. This minimizes the risk of anemia. Bambara groundnuts are a vital source of calcium, zinc, and magnesium. These are the big three for maintaining strong bones and protecting you against nutritional deficiencies. There are phytochemicals in the groundnut that strengthen your immune system and helps your body to stand firm against threats like staphylococcus, which is the primary cause of skin infections, abscesses, and some types of pneumonia. The threat of E. coli, which is a major cause of food poisoning, gut infections, and also the threat of Klebsiella pneumoniae, which is a bacteria that can cause severe respiratory infections. The phytochemicals in Bambara nuts don't kill viruses in the same way they kill bacteria, but they act as immunomodulators. They ensure the white blood cells are primed and ready. This helps your body stand firm against these types of infections. But what makes Bambara groundnuts particularly fascinating is what happens in the final stages of digestion. While most foods are absorbed early on, the resistant starch in this groundnut makes its way to your lower intestines, where it triggers the production of short-chain fatty acids. When the bacteria ferment the fiber from the Bambara groundnut, they produce three main types of short-chain fatty acids: acetate, propionate, and butyrate. These are the signaling molecules that tell your body how to behave, and I'll explain why that's important. When you have a high production of short-chain fatty acids, these act as a communication bridge between your gut and your immune system. This prevents chronic inflammation that can lead to long-term diseases. Short-chain fatty acids trigger the release of specific hormones like the GLP-1 that tell your brain that you are full. This is the biological reason why eating Bambara groundnuts makes it so much easier to manage your weight, because they trigger your hormone signals. Short-chain fatty acids help the cells to become more sensitive to insulin. This means your body can clear out sugar out of your blood more efficiently, preventing the highs and the lows that cause fatigue as well as weight gain. There is a direct phone line between your gut and your brain, and it is called the vagus nerve. Short-chain fatty acids can actually influence brain health by strengthening the blood-brain barrier and reducing neuroinflammation. The short-chain fatty acid butyrate is the energy source. This is the most important one for your gut wall. The cells that line your colon get about 70% of their energy from butyrate. Without it, the lining can become weak, and that leads to inflammation. The short-chain fatty acid propionate is the liver guard. That travels to your liver, where it helps to regulate how much glucose and cholesterol your liver produces. This is a massive part of why ground nuts help to manage blood sugar as well as heart health. Acetate is the metabolic messenger. This is the most abundant short-chain fatty acid. It travels through your body to your muscles and your brain, helping to regulate your overall metabolism and energy use. So when you eat Bambara groundnuts, you are building a stronger heart, a sharper metabolism, and a more resilient immune system, and strengthening the gut-brain axis all at the same time. So if you are looking for an unfair advantage, this is how you stack up the odds in your favor just by eating this simple nut. Number 10 on our list is cowpeas or black-eyed peas. These are a common part of the African diet, but don't let that commonness fool you. When you look at the nutritional data, you realize just how incredible it is that this simple bean can support human life from the very first weeks in the womb right up until old age. So with black-eyed peas, they are one of the most concentrated sources of folate, which is vitamin B9. A single cup of cooked black-eyed peas provides nearly 90% of your daily value for folate. This is critical for prenatal health. What's important is not just limited to women. Folate is what everybody uses to produce DNA and repair your cells every single day, right up until the day you die. Black-eyed peas do all of the good things that you would expect from a bean. They bring the fiber, the protein, the iron, the copper, the manganese, all onto your plate. That combination helps with fullness, digestion, and steadier energy. They fit very well into an eating pattern that's aimed at better blood sugar control, and the soluble fiber can also help to lower your bad cholesterol. Another point I wanted to bring to your attention is the high manganese content in the black-eyed peas. One cooked cup provides about 35% of your daily recommended value. Manganese helps the body with energy metabolism, immune function, antioxidant defense, as well as bone formation. In diets for older adults, the black-eyed peas are a most useful, practical, nutrient-dense staple. They can help when the appetite is smaller, but meals still need to be nutritional. Their biggest role for many elderly people is in bowel health. Constipation becomes more common as people age, and because black-eyed peas are high fiber, they keep you regular as long as you are drinking enough water. They also help with steady energy because the bean digests more slowly than your refined starches due to their fiber as well as the starch structure. What I like about black-eyed peas is that they remind us that even though our traditional foods are basic, they can support the body in many different ways as we age, as long as we keep eating them. If you found this video interesting, consider subscribing so we can learn and grow together. Next on our list is the garden egg or the African eggplant. These are not just a side dish, these are actually a traditional food that is low in calories, it contains fiber, and it brings in useful minerals and plant compounds that make them more interesting than people actually realize. One of the first things that garden eggs can help with is digestion. They contain fiber, and fiber helps to keep your bowels moving, it supports regular digestion, and it can make your meals feel more satisfying. Garden eggs can also support a healthy heart, partly because of the fiber and partly because of the minerals and the plant compounds found in the fruit. African eggplants contain minerals such as potassium and magnesium, and these are well known to support healthy blood pressure. Garden eggs contain a plant compounds that helps to protect the body from oxidative stress and may support healthier blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood vessel function. If you're thinking about pregnancy, garden eggs can be a nourishing part of your diet because eggplant contains some folate, and folate matters a lot very early in pregnancy because it prevents neural spine defects. And then there's the skin. If you usually peel garden eggs, then you may be throwing away some of the most valuable parts. Purple garden egg skin contains zeaxanthin, which is used in skincare such as serums, creams, and sunscreen, and is considered safe for sensitive skin. It is a powerful antioxidant that protects the skin from UV and blue light damage. It is a highly desirable ingredient in the beauty industry because it reduces the signs of aging and it improves hydration. With the African eggplant, your skin actually gets the most significant long-term benefits by eating them. While putting on the creams onto your skin provides like a temporary surface level shield, eating zeaxanthin through foods like garden eggs actually allows your body to build a biological sunscreen from the inside out. Zeaxanthin doesn't just disappear when it goes into your tummy. Because it's fat soluble, your body processes it and transports it through the bloodstream directly to your tissues. The body is basically pre-programmed to deposit zeaxanthin in two high priority areas: the eyes, your retina, as well as your skin, the epidermis. So unlike lotion that sits on top of the skin, the zeaxanthin that you eat actually becomes part of your actual cell membranes in your skin. It stays there 24/7, creating that constant baseline of protection, so you don't have to keep reapplying cream after swimming or sweating. Another benefit for your skin is that zeaxanthin specifically absorbs blue light. You may have noticed that people are buying blue light glasses to protect themselves from digital devices. So it turns out that we are impacted by blue light from two sources: the sun as well as our digital devices. The sun is the heavyweight source. It pumps out a massive amount of blue light, and that can penetrate deep into your skin and your eyes, causing long-term damage as well as aging. Your phone, your laptop, your LED lights are all the lightweight sources, but the problem is exposure time. We stare at them for 8 to 12 hours a day. This is why people are buying blue light glasses, to stop that constant stream of high energy light from causing digital eye strain and messing with their sleep by suppressing melatonin. This is where garden eggs become a tech age food. Think of zeaxanthin as nature's version of those blue light glasses that everybody's wearing. When you eat garden eggs, your body, it actually transports that zeaxanthin and deposits it directly into your macula. Once there, it acts as a physical yellow pigmented shield. It literally catches the blue light from your phone or the sun before it can hit the delicate photoreceptors in your eye. It's like having a permanent high definition filter built right into your eyeballs. So why this matters for the skin is because researchers are now finding out that blue light from our screens might actually contribute to digital aging. Even though it doesn't cause sunburn like UV rays, blue light can generate oxidative stress, which is essentially the tiny sparks called free radicals that damage your DNA and break down your collagen from the inside out. By eating garden eggs, you are stocking your skin cells with zeaxanthin, and that acts as a biological sponge. It catches all those free radicals before they can cause damage to the deeper layer of your skin, where wrinkles and sunspots begin. Blue light rays only protect you when you remember to wear them, whereas garden eggs protect you 24/7 once it is part of your system. Blue light glasses only offer protection by reflecting light off the lens, whereas garden eggs absorb and neutralize light inside your tissue. Now, if that doesn't give you a reason to start eating garden eggs, then I don't know what will. If you've enjoyed this video, I think you'll enjoy the next one coming up on your screen. Thanks for your attention, and I'll see you in the next one.